the highest position that honestly a mariner can enter, right, um, is.
Hi everyone, Jai Hind, Jai Bharat, Jai Mata Di. Welcome to my YouTube channel Merchant Navy Decoded. I have got Captain Rana with me, who has been guiding thousands of youngsters today from the maritime fraternity if they want to shift from ship to shore. So now we welcome you, Captain Rana, over here with a very important question. So the question is, if I'm a Merchant Navy officer, deck cadet, third officer, second officer, chief officer, captain, and if I want to shift from ship to shore, but I don't want to be associated with core shipping. I want to do something in maritime fraternity so that I can leverage my experience, but I don't want to do core shipping. What all options do I have? Please.
Hey, thanks for having me here, Praneeth. And so now let's see, if you don't want to be associated with ship management, right? And outside ship management, but associate to broader maritime industry, where all could you get into, right? Number one, and one where only a deck officer can get, is pilotage, right? Because you have navigated vessels all around the world, it is a skill which honestly no one else can develop, until and unless very few ports wherein a non-mariner, it takes 10 years or so to kind of become a pilot. But over here, a master can directly switch after a 6 months of training and actually get the vessels inside the port, right? Now, as a pilot, right, when you enter, you retire as a harbor master, right? And harbor master is actually the deputy conservator of the port, which is a very, very, very big position to be in. He's second to a IAS officer, right? So an IAS officer essentially manages the entire port, but he's the person who is second to them. So he becomes a deputy conservator of a port, right? So it's a very important position. Second, which comes very naturally again, is port operations, right? Now, port operations means managing the cargo operations. Maybe it could be for bulk, it could be oil, it could be container, it could be gas carriers. Most of the operations persons in port who come from a vessel background are deck officers, right? And their skills are valued a lot, right? And they ultimately go and lead organizations. In Adani, a person who's almost, I mean, second to the promoter over there is a master mariner, right? There were master mariners who actually helped Adani to set up their ports initially, and they're extremely valued over there, right? Third is now government organizations, and there are two of them which I would like to focus. One is the maritime boards, right? Gujarat Maritime Board, Maharashtra Maritime Board, Andhra Pradesh Maritime Board, and so on and so forth, right? Now, over there, you mostly, again, I've seen deck officers, managing the maritime boards. Gujarat, if you see in Gujarat Maritime Board, at least 10 master mariners are there who are essentially managing the maritime boards over there, right? Another is DG shipping, right? In DG shipping, of course, you've got engineers, you've also got deck officers over there. The highest position that honestly a mariner can enter, right, is honestly nautical advisor to the government of India, right? What is a nautical advisor? Who is a nautical advisor? He essentially provides advice to at probably a PMO level, what needs to be done in terms of not the strategic defense, but in terms of nautical development, right? So as a master mariner, you can actually go and become a nautical advisor to the government of India, which is a very, very senior position, right? Maritime law, again. So there was a time when there were non-mariners who were actually into maritime law, and they used to get they didn't used to know what to do when there is a core shipping thing. Then they used to call a mariner, could be an officer or an engineer, to ask for information. Now, if you are a deck officer and you are a lawyer, you actually can do both the things and help your clients, help your company succeed, right? You can also get into business development, right? And that's something which comes a little bit more naturally to persons from the administrative side, because they interact with a lot of people when a ship docks, right? There are, as a ship docks, you're flooded with people on the ship, 10 different people managing them, sorting things out, and so business development is something which comes very naturally. Shipping agency, right? Now, agencies, essentially, what do? They ensure that the turnaround of a vessel in a port is at the minimum, right? So, which means you have to liaise with customs, immigration, stevedores, pilots, ship chandlers, classification guys, on signers, off signers, so many, probably another 20 stakeholders. And this agency guys are mostly managed by a deck officer, right? So that's where because as a master or a chief officer, you are managing all these stakeholders already. So when you step ashore, you again know what is to be done, but you of course have your own growth path, and then you are able to do it. So these are the things where a deck officer can easily transition into a non ship management, but associated to a broader maritime field.
So you know what? Each time when you say this, that as a merchant navy officer, you have more this towards administration. I really feel jealous as an engineer, because I believe that happening. Because the maximum interaction as an engineer you get to have with the outside world is when you become a chief engineer. On the other hand, you go as a deck cadet and you're getting a pilot from any country whatsoever, any nationality, any religion, coming with you, talking to you. Welcome, sir. Please come over here. Talking on walkie-talkie with different people, going from here to there. And yes, this is the difference. And I feel this is where as an engineer we lack. And that is why I guess I'm the only engineer out there in the social media talking generally. They're merchant navy officers. I'm the only one, I guess, which is definitely not good for engineers. But again, जो किसी की strength है वो हमारी नहीं है, जो हमारी है वो किसी और की नहीं है. That is how it works.
Correct, absolutely. That kind of technical skills which you have, which can be utilized in any industry, and that's what dev officers don't.
But when it comes to development, sir, this thing is needed. Vocal, speaking out your mind. So this is where every engineer needs to build up. Okay, anyways, coming back to the thing, sir, pilotage in India, what attracted me was the harbor master position, because I've seen. I was talking to a few pilots. They told me about the salaries out there. It was not very good. But the moment you say harbor master, to मैं sir attracted हो गया towards the field, because everything is not about just money. It's something about power as well. जो कि करता है. Like when you said about government organization, even 2 of my batchmates are there in Gujarat board, and I have gone to their offices. I've seen car, poor million and all those stuff, and they're doing good for themselves as well as for the industry. GD shipping again, sir. Matter of pride, matter of power, going for the country, as well as ki bhaiya, we have the authority. And becoming nautical advisor to government of India, sir, I did not know that. Sorry for my unawareness. मुझे maximum पता था कि that you can become a surveyor, or you can go for port state control inspection and all those things. मुझे नहीं पता था कि you can become a nautical advisor to the government of India. Maritime law is something, sir, I think so कि a lot of seafarers, abhi right now, maybe after watching this video, will look into it. And we'll be covering these videos in details later. And yes, shipping agency. And last but not the least, guys, a lot of captains like Captain Rana himself are entrepreneurs as well. So last but not the least, मैं तो ये कहना चाहूंगा, कुछ अपना करो, shipping industry के लिए करो, और इसको grow करो. We Indians were the best in the shipping industry a few thousand years ago. Even till Britishers were not there, we had around 40,000 ships. And today we lack, and we need entrepreneurs out here who can create businesses. So for that, thank you, Captain Rana, for helping the fraternity. And with this, I will end this video, and do watch the next video. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat, Jai Mata. Hi, Jai Hind, Jai Bharat, Jai Mata. I hope you liked the video. And now, right now, as a deck officer, maybe you're thinking of transitioning from ship to shore. There is no harm provided you make a well-informed right decision. So, as a Seafarer Merchant Navy Decoded website has provided a free course for you guys. The course you can see out here, and in this course you can find all the options as a third officer, second officer, chief officer or captain. You have got in core shipping, outside core shipping, outside shipping, what can be the job profile, what kind of skill set is required, is the salary that you can expect. Everything is there in this course. So please go ahead, enroll in this course. The course link is in the description box as well as in the comment section. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat, Jai Mata.